Coming up on this episode of the Village Idiom.
Boy, did I not.
So if you're an amateur, you're kind of like, because you're not like studied and educated in IT. You're like self-help IT.
I'm self-help.
Don't abbreviate that one.
Yeah.
Dum dum da da, Village Idiom.
Hello and welcome to the Village Idiom.
We are a podcast that every week chooses a popular saying to take a shallow but maybe interesting, maybe comedic, but for sure once in a while we hit on interesting. And we'll dive into the meaning of an idiom, a phrase from the English language per se. Wow, this is a whole new version of this intro. But we also use this time to hang our otherwise directionless conversation on. My name is Jurassic Mark.
And I am Skinny.
Good to see ya.
Good to be seen. Happy summer.
I'm going to start with something different. We usually kind of throw this kind of stuff at the end, but...
doing riddles right to get it going?
No, not riddles, but some shout outs, because some people know the last several were pre-recorded. Yeah, so people have been chiming in and conversing with us, but we haven't been able to say...
We've had a 3-week run there.
Yeah, so Keith Daniel.
Nice.
Thanks for jumping in.
I love that guy. Congratulations on your nuptials. You must be coming up a year. Over a year?
Probably. I don't know.
Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, continue.
So he jumped in, and then we had some newbies. Bushnell 91. I'm assuming a bird watcher with... Binoculars. Maybe. Okay. Locker Boy 86 came back.
Don't want to know about those two together. Okay.
I think they're unrelated. It's funny because everybody's
Binocular
using...
guy and locker room guy? That sounds like a terrible...
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah, he's ready to go to jail.
And this one was my favorite.
I'm Bushnell Locker Room Boy.
Papier Towelette, which is just paper towel.
That's awesome.
But thank you.
It sounds more elegant.
Keith Daniel suddenly sounds like a boring username, but...
he's not a boring guy.
He's not a boring guy. So anyway, thanks for jumping in. Sorry for not having shout-outs. And a few of our regulars who've let us know when we've had technical difficulties when we've not been around, so thank you for that as well. But welcome to the team, everybody. The legitimate children.
It's been good. I've totally jumped in to summer. I'm in summer mode. I'm feeling brown as opposed to pasty white, which is like how I am like 10 months of the year.
Well, yeah, that's why we were pre-recording. You got the luxury of being away for a little
Translucently white. Yeah, I feel like healthy brown now. It's good. Yeah, you should see under my shirt. So awesome.
Is it Farmer?
I got totally ripped in the last 2-3 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't want to I still want to keep it PG and all the rest of it. So I'm not going to peel off a layer or anything. Cause no.
Maybe next episode.
Oh, yeah.
Or by the end of this one.
Oh, for sure.
I can talk you out of that.
Do you think?
I'm a smooth talker. I'll have you out of those clothes in no time.
I'm good. Bushnell Locker Room Boy. Is that you?
You're combining everybody's name.
Sorry.
Bushnell Locker Boy just goes by Keith Daniel now.
He's like, no, don't put that on me.
So welcome back to you. Even though we're here every week for everyone else, welcome back to you.
It's been good. And you, because you were also away.
I got to jump in on your trip.
Yeah.
Which was great. It was actually the last time we recorded, 3 weeks ago? 4?
Yeah, it's been a month.
Super last minute, like on your way out the door, you're like, why don't you join me in Kelowna? It's my birthday.
Yeah.
And zero plans. How many days ahead of that was it?
Not many.
Yeah. And I was like, I think I'm gonna. Took my daughter, we packed a bag and drove with the top down on the Jeep. Did
you get yourself on fire? Because that was like heat wave time.
It was heat wave, but it was, imagine enjoying a ride with a hairdryer in your face.
The whole time.
Actually, because there's some mountainous-ish areas, so it was cooler. But top down, it was
came down
great.
To like 33,
on
35.
The way home, it rained on us for about 5 minutes. No weather warning. I'm checking the weather for our drives because I want to keep that top off, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was torrential for this 5-minute stretch. People are driving by us laughing, but
it dried out.
No, going that speed, we never felt a drop. We were raising our hands to feel the rain. So people are laughing, but we're dry.
That's awesome.
So I've been in rain with the top down, and it's not fun. But going highway speeds, we were dry.
That's awesome.
Oh, we had a blast. We had a field day.
You had a field day with that weather.
Yeah,
it was the big 5-0. I crossed over the milestone. half century, still here, still kicking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they say once you make it halfway,
The rest
it's a shorter distance forward.
It is. I think I've got more past than future now.
Like when you're on a long hike and you're like, what? And you're done. Should we complete the hike? Like, is it quicker to make the full circuit or to turn around and go back? Well, it's good to know it's quicker to complete the circuit now.
It is. Just keep going.
You're on the back 9.
Easy. If the first part is any indication, I'm prepared for the final leg of things.
Oh yeah, life is good.
So it's good. I feel like I'm having my own personal field day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Life is good.
Just being 50 and loving life and family and the whole 9 yards.
Man, so this is a weird one, and which like very few people will care about, but maybe this applies to your life. This last year has been so stupid with the insane amounts of like tech, like between Zoom meetings and the Google Meets and the chats and et cetera, to kind of push things over the edge. And then now I'm done my work day. Now I'll go on Netflix.
Yeah.
And so it's been like one thing to the next. And so I've been on a purposed unplugging adventure.
Right. Yeah, you were talking about that.
And so it's so I spent my vacation phone free. And so it was really weird. I think
phone and fancy free.
Just free. Like free vacation. I felt free. I actually had like, I don't know, like shadow pain or whatever, like when people phantom pain when people have like a leg chopped off
for your phone.
Yeah,
like reaching for your back pocket,
reaching for things. Okay, now the one that was the hardest was taking pictures.
Right, I never even thought of that.
Oh man, and I'm not packing along like some actual
sketchbook and pencils.
Yeah, some Handycam to which would be bigger than an actual phone.
So you didn't even bring your phone?
I didn't bring my phone.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was like no texts, no email, no nothing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so came back.
Good for you.
Came back to literally hundreds of messages.
Did you get to the point where you're like, don't miss it, I'm fine? Or was it kind of weird the whole time?
Itching the whole time. It's been too long.
Yeah.
I was an early adopter for...
yeah, you're a techie guy.
I was one of like the first
amateur
people I know
IT
to have like a computer and cell phones, and I was back in brick cell phone day, and like you'd literally screw on an aerial to use it because it wouldn't fit into your inner, like your breast pocket. You had to like disassemble your phone, put the aerial back on. Like, 911.
What does IT even stand for?
Something technology.
Wow. I say it all the time, and I don't know what it stands for.
Information technology.
Is it?
It's got to be.
Okay.
One of our Village Idiom children will correct us. Boy, did I not.
So if you're an amateur, you're kind of like because you're not like studied and educated in IT. You're like self-help IT.
I'm self-help.
Don't abbreviate that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how good I am at it. I'm very self-help IT. Where's that joke been our whole lives?
Some things just happen naturally. That one.
Those ones are better. So anyways, it was a phone-free, tech-free vacation. My wife still had one, so it was like, hey, let's do whatever. I'm like, when is that open? What day is it today? What time is it right now?
So what about your handy-dandy military-sized watch that you got?
Okay, so love the watch. It spent 95% of its time in my bag.
Oh, so when somebody called and they're hologramming standing on the face of the watch.
Yeah, set phasers to stun, all the rest of that.
So what does that mean though? You weren't a big fan of the watch?
I'm still enjoying the watch. It's that I just wanted to unplug.
Oh, it was all purposeful.
I
got it.
Yeah, so this is like more information than anyone cares about, but with all the family dynamics, I feel compelled to lead my family out of this place that is just tech like absorbed all the time around the clock.
You're Moses.
Yeah, I'm like, let my people go.
Yeah, there's a promised land.
I don't know what's behind it, to be honest. It's been so long.
Milk and honey, but no tech.
I think it's just like less information. And I read 4 paperback books.
Wow.
Yeah, I had my own field day. Like we had to chop down a forest of trees so that I could read. We made a field. Yeah, so it was just weird. So I don't know if you ever find yourself in, personally in those spots. Things that I did, yeah.
So worth an unplugging. Like, glad to be back, but worth the unplugging.
Worth the unplugging. Would do it again.
And you're very much a challenge yourself and complete the challenge type of guy.
So
I know that about you. Like, I'm going to do this for a year, or I'm going to do this I'm going to unplug for this entire trip.
So I'm going to shoot at, unless, my tech falls apart. The overarching goal is to go in life, that part of like regular usage, phone free for a year. And I'll just use my watch and see how far I can go.
For a year.
I'll see what I can do. So there are things like that, like some podcasty type things, and some work things I edit or do on. I can't do on my watch.
Sure, yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I'm going for it.
So what about? I can't remember if you're much of a social media guy. Are you posting stuff all the time, other than our YouTube related things?
No, after I disassociated that in 2018. Yeah. So I check on like things like my birthday, and if a mega life event happens, but other than that, no.
Should we rename this podcast to just like
therapy time?
Mark and Vince confessional. Like, this is what I'm going to do now.
Well, you talk about if there was anyone that had a field day, it was the companies that are, just heavy tech. They had a field day last year.
Sure.
So it was like,
yeah.
I want you to skip the dishes and sit at home. I want you to watch Netflix and sit at home.
Right.
Stay away from everybody. Go on to Zoom and sit at home. And so these companies had a field day. If that would be like a text,
if we haven't said this enough, today's idiom is having a field day.
Yeah, have a field day.
Let me turn that up. We got to hear that one again.
I mean, the yakety-yaks in this office would have a field day.
There you go. Little office.
The yakety-yaks would have a field day. Yeah, so, whatever. Everybody's got their own little life journey, and this is just going to be a part of mine where, I'm going to try and...
Makes for a great story.
We'll see.
So what are you truly giving up? Games? You're still going to check your email. You still got to communicate with people, text and whatnot.
So I love YouTube.
I love YouTube.
Yeah. You are one of my favorite people. YouTube, and I'm going to give up tube tops.
Anything tube related.
Anything tube. Tires.
No more toothpaste.
Toilet paper. I'm done. I'm not wiping next year.
I am tube free.
Yeah, I'm like, I refuse to put my hands on that filth, right? And so, yeah, no tubes.
You have a field day with a tubeless year.
Yeah.
So no YouTube.
Will I watch something on the TV? Sure. I just know I won't as much. Like, to me,
you are eliminating YouTube watching.
Nope. That device in front of me-ness has got to go.
So if you're going to view something, it's on the TV in the family room or whatever.
Right.
Otherwise, entertainment. Phone is not entertainment. You've eliminated
phone is entertainment.
Mobile entertainment.
Mobile entertainment. That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be over.
I tried to send you an image today because you're not the worst guy to go for this because you're also very, what's the word? Like you're
awesome.
Yeah, you're very awesome.
Svelte.
Very svelte. You like to hang out with people. You're a board gamer. Like
oh yeah,
like that sort of.
No one wastes time like me.
I tried to send you a picture today. It was a meme of Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and he's carrying the biggest duffel bag I've ever seen. Like it looked like a steamer trunk, bigger than a steamer trunk, but a leather duffel bag with handles. And it said, "My friends, hey, you want to bring some board games over? Me." That's awesome. Thought of you right away because you are a board gamer. Well, we are so off topic, but having a field day is today's idiom and title. And welcome to the show and our catch up with. You get to be privy to us just saying, "Hey, good to see you."
Well, I was thinking of field. Are we going to get into origin soon, or do we got a little got a hint of the rambles left in me?
Yeah, no, go for it. Whatever.
Well, I was thinking of...
Nobody's paying for this yet.
I was thinking of field-related stuff. Oh, actually, we should give a shout-out to our sponsor, HelloFresh.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. HelloFresh. As soon as I came back on a Sunday, there was literally 4 meals waiting for me at the door.
Oh.
And
so did you skip some? Did you just press skip?
You just skip the ones that I didn't need to.
That's a feature. Like, you can just go, not this week, HelloFresh.
Yeah. And then as soon as we're back, it's like the grocery shopping was done.
Yeah.
So, or most of it. But anyways, thank you, HelloFresh. So I was thinking of field-related things and some interesting things with last year. There was a couple. One being the rise in pet ownership.
During COVID?
During the pandemic, yeah. Pandemic pet ownership, apparently up 18%. Obtained 18% reported having a new pet. The one that really threw me off was that overall, over one half of Canadians currently have a pet.
One half.
Over one half. Isn't that seemingly crazy to you? And of interest in that, living in Quebec or Nova Scotia are less likely to own a dog and more likely to own a cat. But those in BC and the prairies are more likely to own a dog than any other region.
So what's wrong with the East Coast?
I don't know. Is there just less prey or people coming in or more hassle? It's just crappy there all the time. So you're like, I don't want to walk my dog. Welcome to BC where it doesn't suck.
And you actually want to go for a walk with your dog?
I don't know, but talk about fields.
So that's what I was just going to say. What's the connection to field? What did I miss here?
Last year people had a field day.
Oh,
with pet
I thought you were talking about fields somehow.
No, like the old clothing store.
Yeah. Oh, a Canadian clothing store. So yeah. So maybe we should define. How do you define? Without looking? How would you just define the use in idiomatic fashion of having a field day?
I had a field day. I went above and beyond I would normally do with something.
Right.
I had a field day with it.
So I've got two definitions that I looked up and found, and one is how I think you just said it, how I probably would have answered, and the second is like, oh no, actually that's how I do use it. So the first one is the phrase field day is used to describe a circumstance in which excitement and fun prevails. Like, had a field day with it.
Right.
But then I realized, especially when I was looking up little movie clips, that I lean more towards this usage. Having a field day most often describes excitement or gaining an advantage from a situation that proves detrimental to someone else.
Oh, so someone else has to have a bad time?
Hey, you screwed up. The press is going to have a field day with this. So something bad means something exciting for someone else. And I'm like, they're going to have a field day with that one.
I see.
I think I more often use that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's something good for you or bad for someone else, or it's something in your favor?
More opportunistic, I think. Like excitement, because it doesn't have to be that bad. It could be just information that leaked out.
Or they're going to have a field day with that. Okay.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah.
I could buy that.
So anyway, we've had plenty of examples. Before we get into origins, I'm going to give you 3 simple choices. Or do you already know the origins of this?
Do not.
All right, I'm going to give you 3. I'm going to keep them short and sweet to save on time.
To have a field day.
Because we've rambled for so long.
Okay. Are we going to do origins?
Yeah. Are we not?
I don't know. Do we have a song to go with that?
Yeah. We'll get to it.
All right.
But before we get to origins, before we play our song.
Okay.
Did having a field day come from farmers, military, or sports? Talk it out. Talk to your friends. Talk amongst your friends.
Okay, the legitimate children. I'm working through my thought process here. As far as having to do with sports, I would say that that's not it. Just because because it's too late in the timeline of things.
Like
less sporting
calendar
events.
wise.
Well, I could see things back into like Greek, like Olympian type things, but I don't see it like field. We're just going to dedicate field space to sports as kind of a worldwide thing. It's like there's more important things like eating.
Okay.
So I do like farmer. I'm going to go between farmer and military.
Okay.
I'm going to go farmer.
Farmer. Well, let's find out.
Farmer.
Oh, it can't play. I got a notification for our theme song. Try playing it.
I hate when our own devices copyright.
You want me to just talk us through this as well? I just downloaded this song. I got a new computer, trying to be more up to date.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to move on until it plays.
Okay. So the other reason why
I said some words. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? No one can know. I turned around and looked behind. Those words came from another mind. Origins.
All right, well, the answer is this. The term field day was first used by
please don't be sports.
the military. You're still wrong.
Closer.
So their literal sense of the term, that is a day spent in field maneuvers, which is actually barely used now. First reference for its literal meaning that I could find was a London newspaper, the Daily Journal, September 1723. Yesterday was field day for the horse in Hyde Park when one of the 4 troops of guards passed in review there before the several officers of their own corps. So what's interesting about it coming from military is that I started to just dive into some forums, and anytime the word field day was used, and it kind of evolved from field day meaning to get out and do field maneuvers. It was a practice-oriented thing to better your soldieryness. And now it's still used, but completely different. A field day could be anything that will end up in inspection. So sometimes, field day, it's like you picture there's military, you might picture like stripes and boot camp, but then there's field day where it's the white gloves and the full formal uniform. That's field day.
Quick aside.
Yeah.
Do you remember sports day?
So that's a thing with field day.
Oh,
If you look up field day anything,
Sports day.
There's like YouTube playlists, songs to play at field day, and so I don't know if it's British because we never called it field day.
no, it's sports day.
Sports day.
Yeah.
At school, best day of the year.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
2 best things included orange drink and
McDonald's orange drink.
And ice cream with like bamboo spoons or whatever those. You know what I'm talking about?
I have a terrible. Yes, I do know what you're talking about.
those spoons.
The peel back cardboard lid.
It's that's the ice cream, the peeled back cardboard lid one, and then
And
the
a
spoon,
flat bamboo or
whatever
balsa
with
wood.
that. Yeah, exactly. It's
spoon.
like you look at it and it snaps.
Yeah, and did you ever?
Did you look at my spoon?
Did you ever continue chewing on the spoon?
No, is there a
'Cause
chocolate center?
No, it turns. It's like ice cream. And now I'm just chewing on it because you still have it. Oh, what's in this?
I've just made paper.
I was about to tell
I'm my own pulp
a
mill.
sad sports day story from my childhood, but I don't think we have time for that today.
All right. Okay, so I interrupted.
So that's the literal meaning, but
Military.
So go back to that. Guys today, some U.S. military guys chiming in are like, "Oh, we call this field day. We call this field day," and it also is sometimes like cleaning their barracks because they're going to be inspected, and so field day has gone. Its literal meaning has even spread. But during the 1800s, the term field day came to mean any day which exciting or big things might occur. And there's some that believe, still from the military, that it came from parade day because it was a much more fun day than everything else.
So why I'm on board with the fun aspect as opposed to just like, we're just going to be inspected and hardcore. It's like, we're going to have a field day with that. It doesn't, I don't know. It just doesn't gel together.
I think it's evolved though, because for sure it came from
parade,
field maneuvers first.
We're gonna have a parade.
Yeah.
I was in a Soyuz for Canada Day, which
Canada Day.
Canada Day. Mm-hmm. Little sling back there.
Sling blade.
Sling blade. Whatever. Mm-hmm. Canada Day. Mm-hmm. There's a big parade come down. And so we just happened to be like driving through, and it was
Maybe we
Canada
should have
Day.
a John Malkovich, because I can't do Sling Blade, but did you ever see him in a Mice and Men? Hey, George, I promised I will take care of the bunnies, George.
Take care of the bunny. Mm-hmm.
Just combine them both.
And so we're going like, let's grab a coffee. And even though it was like 44 degrees or something in the Soyuz, literally, it was let's grab a nice cap, something like that. Go to Tim Hortons, which is on the main drag in a Soyuz.
Some Tim Hortons are doing vaccinations now.
Really?
Yeah, get your double.
Nice. That's what I don't want.
Yeah, the double
from Tim Hortons. Yeah. Please don't screw up my order. It's one thing to have sour cream glazed
Look
wrong.
at the ice stab.
So on the parade idea, as I continue,
They're just getting
so we're just pulling.
They're already cruel. Now they're honey crueler. Okay, let's hear a story.
And so we pull into the parking lot.
Yeah.
And it's like, hear this like distant sound of like a fire truck. I'm like, oh no, that can't be.
That was your fire truck, eh?
It was from the distance. So that was a distant fire truck, not just a fire truck.
They don't have sirens there?
I don't know.
Like it's more of an up and down.
So anyways, or it's a tugboat. So let me get to the stupid story. And the fire truck starts coming down the street, and then a parade of classic cars.
Oh.
And so I was like, oh, this is fun. There's like, so it was the Canada Day parade, but because of all the COVID-iness, it wasn't like the big deal that it normally is.
Right.
But still, like, oh, it's like an attempt at a parade. You know, we'll call it
Parade Day.
We'll call it Parade Day. And then I was talking to an uncle later. I'm like, oh man, we saw the parade in town. He's like, what? Like, there's a parade? It's like, oh, there was not supposed to be any parades or whatever this year. So they didn't announce it. It was just people like we don't care what they say. We're doing a parade. And,
I love it.
Yeah. And just did their own, like, I don't care if it's 15 cars. We're doing it.
That's great.
Yeah. So it was really, it was fun.
That's
and so
funny.
it's something. It's a parade. It's a field day.
Yeah. Parade Day, field day. So yeah, there's the meaning, and the history is military for sure. Probably around mid 1800s is when it became more of an idiom. This was the oldest quote I could find from Thomas Creevy's letters, 1827. Saturday was a considerable field day in Arlington Street, and a very merry, jolly dinner and evening we had. So that starts to just mean celebratory anything. So there you go. Not a lot of history. Good thing we rambled so much at the beginning because it was a short origin story, but military.
Before I got married, I was celebrate. It's good.
My father had a field day.
All right.
So that's some thoughts on having a field day there. So we should we're running out of time. So let's get into some riddlings.
Oh, riddling. Well,
we're heading into that kind of zone if you're ready for it.
I can always be ready for it.
Okay.
Riddlink is a game we like to play that takes a two-part trivia-based question and requires a two-part but overlapping answer. Overlapping by sound, syllable, words, full sentences, maybe, if possible. So, if we remember the last time we were together, our idiom was "Don't quit your day job," and we left our illegitimate children with this one. The advantageous... Nope, that's this week's. We left them with this one. Lasting longer than morphine, this drug is working when the sun's out.
Lasting longer than morphine. Man, I don't know.
So, don't quit your day job. So you know it's ending in "done."
Methadone?
That's it. Method don't quit your day job.
Oh, I see. Isn't that like
Method do, method don't quit your day job.
I see. It's nice.
So that's how you play.
Okay, well, I have a couple. You have a couple?
You betcha.
Let's hope we don't overlap our own.
Never.
I'll go first.
Do it.
They will totally take advantage of the situation, said a vampire regarding a regular person.
Regarding a field... Oh, I know what it is. Having a field day... is it daywalkers?
Yes.
Oh, having a field daywalkers.
A daywalker.
Nice. What is that? Is that all vampire movies? Is that a thing?
It's just one of those, like... It's that lore. We're just referring to them as daywalkers.
All right.
Or blood bag.
Blood bag?
Blood bag.
All right, here's one for you. This opportunistic excitement idiom is perfect for Garth from Wayne's World.
Having a field... What's his name?
It's not Mike Myers.
Yeah. I can see his face.
The church lady.
I know. Dana Carvey.
Yeah.
Oh, having a field, Dana Carvey.
There
oh,
it is.
Our illegitimate children totally beat me.
I could smell smoke
I
on that
could
one.
feel.
I knew you
I
knew
lost to the illegitimate children. I could feel
Everyone
it.
was screaming.
Dana Carvey, moron.
You went into, what's the voice again? Silence of the Lambs. I can't do it. Do the same voice.
Well, yours is Pee Wee Herman. She's that big fat girl.
But say it's Dana Carvey Dana Carvey moron in that voice.
Forget it. We're gonna run out of time.
Whatever.
Okay, second one through.
Okay.
They're never going to hear the end of this one. So come, Mr. Tellyman. Telly me banana.
What? Oh, is it having a field day? Oh. Is it?
Yes, I was doing the longer extended dance remix.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
Having a field daylight come. I mean,
Oh, that's a better
it's
answer.
Deo. Deo. I like Deo.
Okay, I got one more, but we'll leave that hanging for the Keith Daniels out there and the
Very
Bushnell. I can't remember. I should have kept that note.
Locker room peer.
Locker Boy 86. I can remember that one. The other one, Bushnell something 007.
Perfect. You can reach out to us. We always love hearing from you. Send us a message on Instagram at the.village.idiom, as well as Gmail, the Village Idiom Podcast at gmail.com, or whether it's the Facebook, the YouTube, or the Twitters at 3 Minutes Gone.
All right, here it is. I like this one. The advantageous excitement for Daniel, star of My Left Foot.
And that is 3 minutes gone. That's. I think they'll get that quick. I don't think they'll get that quick.
I hope not.
Yeah.
I think you got to think about that.
There's got to be some thinking and perhaps some.
Oh, we
Googling.
didn't read them twice. I'll read the hanging one twice.
Sure.
Because we're supposed to do that and we never remember. The advantageous excitement for Daniel, star of My Left Foot.
Okay. Yep, there's going to be some Googling.
There's going to be some Googling.
Hopefully they'll have a field day with that one. I'm skinny.
I am Jurassic Field Day, Mark. Oh, I'm disappointed in myself.
And these are the Village Idioms.
A very special song about my favorite day of the year. That is Field Day. Here we go. Field Day is the best day of the year.
That's 3 minutes gone.